world. Welcome back again to the DUDEPOOL Gamescast. I am the host with the most, the Dude 250, but they can call me Nicky D. Hanging out on the couch with me as always is the video game Schwarzenegger, the Taylor Sager.
Hey guys.
There it is. And joining us all the way from the UK, he is Danny, Sex Appeal, the Brutal Nature.
Gentlemen, a pleasure as ever.
Always a pleasure, sir. Always a pleasure.
Always.
How the hell are we today?
Great, man.
Trooping along.
Great, man. Trooping along. That's good. Anybody, well, we won't talk about what we're playing because we're about to talk about what we're playing. Right? So, without further ado, I think I will let Taylor Sager take it away today.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
I know, right?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about a game that I have been playing a lot of just in the last day now since I got it. But it's called Unravel. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Sure.
But yeah, you play as a little yarn guy. And
Yarny.
You yarn your way out to spin tails and make love last. I don't know. You just you kind of go across these like
Make love last how long? Like 2-3 minutes?
That's way longer than I was.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Good. Good time.
Yeah, it's a 2D puzzler, mostly physics based, and then you also have to like take into account that you like are losing your yarn as you go through these 2D environments, and you have to get more yarn before you run out and just kind of kill yourself and stuff like that. It's really cool. Like the physics and stuff are pretty intense in the game. It reminds me a lot of Limbo. If you guys played Limbo.
Yeah, Limbo is super cool.
Yeah, it's super awesome, but it's like way like up-resed, and like the worlds that you're in are just like so beautiful, and you're just this tiny little yarn doll. So like sometimes you're like gonna get run over by cars and shit, and like there's giant like bugs or
I was watching the birds take you away last night. That was fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
They were really cool.
Yeah, it gets pretty intense. Yeah, I like the way that they use the environments that you're in and stuff like that. It's really cool, really well done.
Yeah, the birds would fly in from the background into the foreground and swoop you up if you weren't undercover or anything like that.
Yeah.
Eat you up like a worm.
Yeah.
It was pretty cute. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's another episode with like a hamster that would like pop out, or maybe it was like a gopher, I don't know, but it was like, yeah, it was like protecting its own little lair, and I couldn't go in there, and I had to like gas it out with these weird like spore mushrooms. It was intense. Yeah.
Did you say episodes?
Episodes? Did I say episodes?
Yeah, you said there was another episode.
Yeah, I should have said level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Cool. I didn't.
Yeah,
I was like, it's episodic. That's weird.
they're levels, but it's
Right.
done in like these pictures, and they kind of tell you a story, like each
Chapters.
Yeah, chapters. I guess, yeah, that's better. Yeah, each little level or chapter or whatever has its own little story in it, and you collect these pictures. You're like making these pictures whole again or something like that. It's pretty interesting. I haven't really got to the end of the story yet, but I'm kind of excited to see where it goes from here. There's another game that was kind of like a puzzler like this, and it had like this overarching story in the background that was kind of dark, but it was pretty cool. Did you guys play Papo and Yo?
No, but I know about it. It was one based on alcoholic father or something like that, right? Yeah, and child abuse.
Yeah, child abuse, exactly. Yeah, so like you play as like a little kind of like, I don't know, painted up native kid in Brazil. It looks like you're in like these crazy shanty towns, and you have this like giant monster that's called Papo, which I'm guessing is, I think Papo and Yo means father and son in whatever language it's in. But yeah, you have to lead this giant monster around through the areas to get him to unlock areas so you can progress further, and you have to use this like fruit that he can eat, and you like lead him to the fruit, and he'll eat the fruit and get super angry, and he'll just fucking kill everything that's around him and shit like that. So it's kind of like the alcohol or whatever. Like as soon as he sees the fruit, he goes nuts and goes right for it, and then drink and like eats the whole thing, and then gets like all fiery.
Right. And how do you tie this to Unravel?
Just because it has this overarching story, right, like about the alcoholism, where like by the end of it you are like the kid who is the son of the dad essentially, and you like calm the dad down and show him how he's like being a I don't know, a crazy alcoholic this whole time and like ruining your guys' life and stuff like that. So like you go through doing these like sometimes simple, sometimes more difficult puzzles and stuff like that, and the gameplay about it is like really great, and they don't really like, I don't know, they don't really allude too much to what the story is. They just kind of like let you experience it as a whole, and then they kind of like let you know, like, well, this is what you've been really doing the whole time. Like, this is what this whole story's been about. Like, this is what's actually going on, kind of thing, which is really cool. And I feel like Unravel's going to be doing the same thing for me there. Yeah, cool. I'm really interested in it. They show some other characters at the start and stuff like that seem to have something to do with it's super interesting. And I mean, for the $20 that it was, I'm surprised. Actually.
That's cool. I never really anticipated it to have any or much of a story element there or whatever.
That's
like
exactly.
You look at it and you just think it's a cool platform. It's got some really neat gameplay mechanics that I can see, like the how there's little knots and trees in different parts of the map that you can throw your yarn onto it and attach and use it to swing across, and you can attach like your yarn between 2 points and then tighten it, make it nice and taut, and then use it to bounce and stuff like that. And, like, some really cool gameplay mechanics, and you have to kind of manage how much yarn you have, it looks like, because you can't actually progress any further unless you have enough. So there's specific ways to beat the puzzles in ways that, like, I would imagine there's some infuriating puzzles that, like, you think you can do it this way, but it won't let you get to the end of the fucking level because you ran out of yarn and
you're like an inch away from getting the next bit of yarn. You're like jumping at it, but you're like caught by this like yarn thing that's behind you. It's like pulling you back. It's rough.
Yeah, that's brutal.
And there's times when you'll jump out trying to get to an area, and if you run out of yarn, he just like jumps and just like hangs there. It looks like he just hangs himself from like a tree branch.
He's a pretty cute little character too. He just runs around with those big ass eyes. He stares at the screen weirdly when he runs. I like it.
Yeah, he's super interesting. Yeah, and there's levels where it's like raining and stuff, and like he's like shivering and cold, and he gets all wet and muddy, and like there's like animals chasing him and stuff, and you're hiding in like buckets and stuff like that, trying to get away from them. It's really intense. It actually gets a lot of feeling going without like any talking at all. I haven't heard a single word in the game. I don't think that there is a single word spoken in it. But yeah, it's really good. I'm really, really excited for it. I'm glad that there's like $20 games like that we can get that are still like more in depth than what I thought they were going to be. Sure. Like I saw that there was like maybe 7 levels, I think, in that first little room that I was in.
Who developed it?
It's Coldware.
So it's a indie studio.
Indie studio published by EA.
It is published by a big backer.
I was
wondering if it was Kickstarted or.
Yeah.
It just gives them the marketing and the push, right? Like,
right at the beginning of the game, actually.
Sure.
They have a little like blurb that comes up. Coldwood Interactive is the studio, and I think that this is one of their first games, if not their first game. But yeah, there's a little blurb that comes up right after the EA logo, and it's from Coldwood, and they say that they're like how excited they are to make something that the whole world can experience, essentially, and that they're not gonna like scoff at the chance to do this, to talk to everyone, and they felt like they need to like say something that was true to them and from their hearts and stuff like that, you know. And they really feel like this game is from them. I don't know. It's like it's
but that's just for the assholes out there that'll attach them to the name EA and then chastise them or whatever.
They feel they have to apologize for it. It's I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's silly.
I don't think it's like apologizing. I think it's more like they are really excited, and they are.
That's good.
And they are like they want you to know that this is part of them, essentially. Like this is like, I don't know if it's somebody's heritage or something like that, but it's like all these pictures are real pictures. I don't know if they went out and took them after the fact or whatever. But it's all seems to be in like Norway or Scandinavia or something like that.
Norway,
yeah. And yeah, it's really, really cool. I don't know what the whole story is yet, but I'm assuming that it has ties to someone's real life in that studio. But yeah, it was really cool to see that, and they thanked everybody for playing it. They even thanked everybody for reading their little blurb about how excited they are for people to play it, essentially. It looks really cool. I'm excited about that. I want to see these guys make more games. So
that's cool.
Well, it sold pretty well, I think. I know a few people that had it. And,
I haven't heard too much like crazy numbers or anything from it. It's not like it's breaking any banks or anything, but I think it's doing pretty well. And one other thing that I was pretty surprised about, especially because it's from EA, is that I saw in the little overview when I was playing the game, they were like, yeah, everybody's asking us about getting Yarny dolls. They want their own Yarny dolls, right? And I'm like, well, that's a like easy way
seems pretty logical
to make a shit ton of money is to sell these little fucking Yarny dolls. And they're like, yeah, but here's how you can make your own. You just get some wire and get some yarn.
Oh, that's
wrap
fucking
it in this
cool.
way, and you can make your own Yarny doll. Yeah,
there you go. That's pretty neat.
Like, wow, well done, guys.
I'd still rather just fucking buy one because I'm lazy.
Yeah, it might take me too long. I was thinking that.
Lose interest by the time you've made it.
Or I'll take the recipe and start making them and selling them online.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably what's going on right now, actually. That's kind of sad now that I think about that.
I'm an asshole.
Oh, well. I mean, they might even sell them, the actual ones themselves. I don't know. I didn't look into that far. But they do tell you how to make them yourself, which is
You gonna make one?
I might make one. Yeah, it seemed pretty easy. It was just like a piece of wire, like shaped into some feet, and then you like wrap it around that. Essentially, yeah. It's really, it seemed really, really easy.
Do it.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, I really like that. I really like those kind of games myself, so maybe that's why I'm more pulled towards that sort of genre.
Platformers?
Yeah, like puzzle games. Really.
Oh yeah. It
Any
is
sort
a
of
physics-based puzzles.
Yeah, and especially if it's got a story, like fuck yeah, like a good one. Anyway, I don't even know if this is good essentially yet, but
You're enjoying it so far, yeah.
So far it's good. Yeah, it's really intuitive. And
It's excited you enough to do a topic about it, so you've obviously got some good vibes from it, which is cool.
Yeah, I like it. It's definitely it belongs on the PS4.
Nice.
That's for sure.
Certainly looks nice, that's for sure.
Yeah, I bet you it'd play nice on the Vita.
Yeah, that'd be a good Vita one. Yeah, I mean, did you play Limbo on the Vita?
Yep.
Yeah, it plays.
Oh, I played it on Vita and PS3.
Right. It plays very similar to Limbo, except you get the grappling hook sort of deal going on, which is really cool. Like in the beginning, because you can like tie off those grappling hooks. You kind of use them as like safety lines to like get around a lot of like the jumping from platform to platform and stuff like that. You always have this like safety line that you can pull on and pull yourself out of like water or whatever because you can't swim or anything like that. But in the later levels, it gets you to essentially cut them because you can't get to the yarn with the safety lines attached, so you have to like cut all of your safeties and just kind of like get there.
Because you can attach a piece of yarn from one point to another, and then like use it as
a bridge,
a bridge essentially, so you can bring a box. Or I was watching you roll snowballs over it and shit.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that work logically?
It only works for a certain distance. So
I mean, like, how do you balance a box on a piece of yarn?
Yeah, because it's
while he tightropes across
it's a two-dimensional box on a two-dimensional piece of yarn. Yeah.
I demand logic from yarn.
There's a part where I was getting like chased by these like barrels full of radioactive waste or something like that, and I had made bridges previously in the level, and I like ran back across the bridges, and I'm like, okay, they're not gonna get across these, it's yarn, and of course these fucking huge barrels just roll right over this fucking yarn like it's nothing and just supports this like all these barrels.
That's awesome.
But it seems like, I don't know, it's magic yarn or something. It glows when you make it, so
Works for me. Works for me. Magic solves everything.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. I mean, he's
in a world where that character can walk and move and jump around.
Yeah, he's a little yarn man.
I was just fucking around. I don't really need logic from any 2D platformer.
Yeah.
How does Mario really go down all those pipes?
A lot of lubricant.
Same way as Santa Claus, right?
I believe he'd probably get stuck in an elbow and die, actually. But that's okay. That'd be a very sad take on Mario. Just dies dead in a pit.
No, it's just
somebody turn the water back
like
on.
The Prestige.
It's like a cross.
Yeah, exactly.
A cross cut of like the Mushroom Kingdom, like that, where it's like the castle, but it's like cut in half, so you can see all the rooms, and then you see the sewer system, and there's Mario just like caught in an elbow, like dead.
Yeah. It's like a POW victim. He weighs like 20 pounds. He's like, "Oh, Luigi, I need a meatball, please." Tell a pizza, fuck her.
That's what I always want to tell Peach.
Took an interesting turn.
Fuck her. Like, stop getting kidnapped, you know?
Yeah.
Just stay in your room.
You know that they had like an actual person saying "help me" in that first game with Princess Peach or whatever when Donkey Kong, but they took it out because like the daughter of the president of Nintendo or something said that it sounded too creepy and it didn't sound like a human being.
Wow.
It probably didn't.
It probably didn't at all.
It probably would have sounded like.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I had on Unravel. Really, I mean, I just kind of want you guys to check it out. Yeah,
Give it its
if you get a
praise.
chance. Yeah. I want it's especially those smaller developers. I want them to get their name out there.
And you
get some
know,
money back on
there
those
really
games
is
so they can
something
make
to be
more.
said for those $20 price points that may be only a 7 or 10 hour experience or something like that.
I think it's more.
I have no idea.
I think it's more.
You don't know either,
I
right?
put like 5 in there, and I'm just about halfway. I think.
So 10 hours, like I said.
I haven't done everything.
I'm sorry, but that's how math fucking works.
I haven't done everything.
I know.
There's a number of secrets.
I didn't give a fucking definitive number. I'm saying there's something to be said about a $20 price point game that only lasts you between 5 to 10 hours roughly, because our lives are busy and shit like that.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think it's a fucking 20-hour game, so you can shove that up your ass,
Probably
Taylor.
not. Maybe 12.
There you go. If you're gonna split hairs, but I think it's 11.
Doesn't matter.
It's more about the feeling, yeah.
Firewatch was
that it gives you.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
No. But that's the point I'm making is like I don't have time for all these fucking Metal Gears and Witchers all the time,
Yeah, me
back
neither.
to back to back. So on a busy week, it's nice to actually sit down. Like I was busy that week. I played Firewatch, but I still finished a game.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was only 3 hours or 2 hours or whatever, but it was a good experience. I finished it from start to finish on a very busy week, and there's something very, very
Gratifying.
amazing about that. That's still out there because a couple of years ago it wasn't.
Yeah.
No.
It was not. It was just AAA
Yeah,
stuff
that's
over
true.
and over, and yeah. So it's nice. We're living in a pretty amazing time for video games.
Mm-hmm.
We have a huge wealth of options out there, different. It's great.
Yeah, man. You can get games for pretty cheap too. I mean, like
man.
that Papo and Yo game. I got that in a Humble Bundle.
Yeah, and I'm digging how like Xbox and PlayStation are taking cues from Steam and hitting all these flash sales and shit like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the analytics say after a game's been on a shelf for 7 months,
Or less.
it drops staggeringly
Yeah.
after the 7-month range, and then like they're not really selling anymore. So they're still making money, getting rid of their backlogs of like what their warehouses full of stock, or selling digital copies at a severely discounted rate where they otherwise would not have sold fuck all.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So consumer friendly. I like it. Right?
Right.
The early adopters pay a little bit extra, but that's the price you pay for being an early adopter and
Yeah.
supporting them.
Yeah.
Right?
You get it early.
And the people that are a bit behind or maybe just aren't
On the fence.
as
that
well
way.
funded either,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
fucking
Yep.
my mom would have had a field day on those flash days when I was growing up, I guarantee
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
There's days, yeah, when we get 4 or 5 games for $10 or something.
Exactly.
It's pretty insane.
Yeah, man.
Yep. It's good stuff.
It's pretty cool. Anyway, Unraveled.
Unravel.
DUDEPOOL approved. Check it out.
Unravel that bitch.
That's right. Unravel it. Undress it slowly.
Mm-hmm. Or fastly, however you like to play your
Do it slow.
unraveling game.
Do it slow. Thank you for joining us on the DUDEPOOL Gamescast. If you liked this and want to see some more of it, make sure you check us out at Facebook/official DUDEPOOL Gaming, and check us out on Twitter at DUDEPOOL Gaming. And we'll catch you next time. From us to you, we love you, and adios, amigos.
Peace.
See you guys.